31st of July. My house caught fire and all of my favourite posters were shriveled up and incinerated into tiny little pieces. Yes, these were just a few pieces of paper that I ripped out of a few magazines, but to me they were very special. I cried for days because my beloved posters were no longer in existence. The over 150 pictures of my favourite celebrities, a lot of them One Direction, totally ruined. Yes, my house was no more, but the only thing I could bear to think about was my posters. All of the time and effort I had put in to make my walls look perfect ended up being for nothing. It had only been 2 weeks since I had gotten them perfect, and then all of a sudden it was gone. In the space of just 10 minutes, it felt like my life was over. By now a lot of you are probably thinking, ooh, they're just some gay posters or some gay band. But what a lot of you don't understand is that collecting those posters was my passion, and when something that big is ruined, it can actually hurt someone more than words can explain. This is why I've written my speech about passion, because it is something I have felt dearly before. I want to get the message across that passion isn't something you choose, it's something that chooses you, and once a passion is set in your heart, you can't ever let it go. My passion for collecting posters was one I will never forget. I don't care if my bed or my dresser are terrible. For me, if my room is covered in posters, it is beautiful. There is nothing I could want more. Losing that beauty in my room was painful. The hardest thing was going back in there to see them on the floor, crispy like burnt toast. It was hell. My passion was burnt into ashes lying on the floor and amongst the rubble. My example of losing everything I was passionate about is a story that truly showed me how important passion can be. This seems weird because the story involved my own feelings, but you never really understand it until you see it firsthand. Wikipedia defines a passion as a term applied to a very strong feeling about a person or thing. Passion is an intense emotion-compelling feeling, enthusiasm, or desire for something. My definition of passion is quite the same, but I would word it differently. If I had to define passion, this is what it would be. Passion is a feeling of self-reward and happiness when you do something that you're truly passionate about. There is no point in saying you have a passion unless it is something that you actually enjoy. I personally believe that passion is something that every single person has, but feel your own passion.
Being some common sense. Oh, do I have to prove it? Okay. We're doing speeches at the moment, thank you.
But to feel your own passion, you have to look deeper inside yourself to find exactly what it is first. You may have a hobby, but it doesn't always mean that that hobby is your passion. A true passion is one that comes from your heart. A passion I've been looking forward to fulfilling is getting into the final for the Wearable Arts. Some people may not like wearable arts as such, but for me it is a passion, and is something I've always been into. I felt totally overwhelmed when my number was called to say that me and Helen had gotten into the final. It was definitely disappointing when I found out we didn't get a placing, but getting to the final was huge. Some people's passion might be maths, whereas for some people their passion might be gardening. There are a huge variety of different passions that different people have. But a passion is something special, and it doesn't matter what your passion is, because for that person it is important. Discovering your passion can take weeks, months, even years. But once you find it, it will make you extremely happy. I want every single person hearing this speech to know that you have a passion. You may have your own way of describing it, but it's there. You may have a way out there passion, but it's still important, and that is the message I want to get across to everyone. So I'm going to leave you with this, and hopefully it will lead you on your journey to finding your passion. It's standing right in front of you, but it's invisible. You can't use night vision goggles to see it though. You have to look using your heart.